what's up guys? Today actually I wanted to talk about the car scene and the people involved in the car scene in general. I do want to start off by saying I do not live in a huge city or anything spectacular. I live in a decent sized town, nothing special. There's just people here and there that do their own thing to their cars because they enjoy doing it. But I don't see anything major like I would in, I don't know, Atlanta, Georgia, where you'll see like Liberty Walk cars and Ferraris all the time. It's nothing special like that, but that's not really what I'm focusing on today. I'm really focusing on the people, not the cars. So in my community, we're a tight-knit community, which I like. I mean, you get to know everybody. But we do weekly meets all the time. We always get together, we go out, we talk about each other's cars, we socialize. But the biggest thing about the community that I'm in, there's hardly anybody that's negative when it comes to cars. Everybody in the car scene is always positive, they're always nice, they're friendly, they're inviting, and it's just really great to have when it comes to a car community, because you would always expect a lot of people hating on everybody else's builds. Now there are some people like that, but you're gonna have people like that everywhere you go, no matter what. But for the most part, it's really surprising how awesome people in the car scene can be. Now, I was in Georgia for Slammed Enough a couple months back, and it was a great time down there, but I also got to meet a lot of people. Everybody was so cool, they were outgoing, they were willing to talk, to hang out, to have a good time, and that's awesome. I actually met a guy down there, his name's Matthew. He drives a bagged A5, super cool guy, but he was staying at the same hotel that I was at, and I noticed his bagged A5. Well, I was, admiring it. I love Audi so much, but I was admiring his car, and he actually opened the window, and we broke out into a conversation like it was nothing, like we had known each other for a while. Well, we ended up hanging out for a few hours. And after that was all said and done, he actually invited me to stay at his house 2 weekends later to go to the Clean Culture show down in Florida. Now, I hardly knew the guy. We had only hung out for a couple hours. We just talked a lot, got to know each other, and he openly invited me into his home to go to another show, which is absolutely crazy. I don't know anybody else that would have just openly done that. Thank you, Matt, so much, for letting me stay with you. But that's my whole point with this. Like, people in the car scene are all great people normally. They're so nice, they're so friendly, and it's almost shocking because, because when you think about it, there's so many people in the world that aren't very friendly, and they're rude, and they don't socialize. But 9 times out of 10, in the car scene, it's all friendly people that like to socialize. I mean, that is one big thing that's kept me in the car scene. I was in high school, and I wasn't one of those popular kids that had a ton of friends or anything like that. I wasn't the kid sitting at a lunch table by himself, but I had a small group of friends that I stuck with. We had fun, we hung out, average high schooler here. I had my Prelude, and I started doing work to that. I painted that, I lowered that, engine swapped it. Well, I started going out to car meets and meeting new people and learning things about other cars and other people's cars. And when I got into that community, it actually made me a lot more happy than I was at that point, because I had made a lot more friends just from going to those car meets and meeting new people and talking and socializing. And when I started going to those car meets, my Prelude wasn't anything special. It was a maroon color, but it had a bunch of sand spots on it from where I've been doing body work to it and things like that. So my car didn't look good at all by any means, but it was still awesome that these people were still so inviting, even though I didn't have a spectacular car. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't fast. It didn't look good. But just going to those meets and meeting new people, that's all it took. Now, I've actually come to find out that pretty much everywhere I go to do coverages of events and things like that, everybody is nothing but nice to you. With some exceptions, obviously. But Philadelphia, everybody is extremely nice and friendly. Ocean City, Maryland, I met a bunch of new people there, and we all went go-karting at like 11:30 p.m. Like, who else? You're not gonna walk into a Food Lion and talk to that person and end up going go-karting with them that night. Like, that's just not how it works. But in the car scene, it works like that all the time, and it's just dumbfounding how awesome that is. But that's really what I wanted to get across. I mean, if somebody came up to me and they had an old Civic with a fart can on it, and they were like, hey, I just moved here from blah blah blah, and I'm looking to meet some new people, you know, I'd kindly introduce myself. I'd add them to the local Facebook pages and things like that. I'd bring them to meets with me and introduce that person. You know, I really don't care what they drive. Just the fact that they have the mentality that they really want to meet new people and they want to get involved with that car scene, that's what really matters to me, because that's what keeps this community together, and that's what lets us grow and expand. And if it wasn't for that mentality, we wouldn't be such an awesome community, such a great community. And I want to thank all of the people that are friendly and nice and socialize, and because you guys make it happen, you know. It's not the people that have awesome cars and keep to themselves. I mean, yeah, they have awesome cars, but they could still have a terrible personality and not be friendly at all. And, you know, I'd rather be friends with somebody with an old Civic that was a great friend than somebody with a Ferrari that was an asshole to me, you know? It's just common sense. You know, you want good friends in life, and you don't pick out the bad friends. But really, that's all I have to say. I really want to thank you guys for watching. That was just my rant for today. It wasn't much of a rant. It was just something that I was thinking about since I just got back from Dankfest. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. But until next time, stay awesome.